Hello everyone, it's Heather here, and today I'm going to be showcasing a game that I was gifted by a friend. It's called Pirate Isles. I'm going to do a bit of an evaluation of it, and I don't mean evaluation as in what the main menu says, but an evaluation of the gameplay. Now, I suppose this is a bit odd, considering that I'm doing post-commentary, and that probably doesn't seem all that interesting to people. But I'm gonna try and chop this up a bit with editing and make a sort of first impressions review out of it. There are a lot of rules to Puzzle Pirates, namely that all of your movement is turn-based. It plays a lot like, I suppose it's kind of like a mixture of chess. Well, the graphics kind of remind me of Age of Empires, a little bit. So how the game works is you play one of 4 teams. I think you can have more or less teams, I'm unsure. I think 4 is the maximum. And there's all kinds of different little rules you have. Like, if you get on a zebra, the zebra can swing you or like throw you, I suppose, a certain number of spaces. You have a limited amount of movement per round based on a, like I said, random dice roll, and it's all very intricate. This game is full of surprises, though. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually kind of fun. It's a really strange game for someone like me because I've never seen this before. I don't even think I've seen this online anywhere or mentioned anywhere. But a very close friend of mine had a copy of it, and apparently this is something that he played when he was much, much younger. I believe it's a Russian-developed game that just happens to be in English. And it was possibly, there was a shareware version, which is pretty much what I'm playing. And for the record, I won't have a link to this game in the video. I like to link to stuff so people can check it out for themselves, but I only have a setup exe that my friend gave me, and I don't know if that's okay to pass around. I don't even know if the company that made this is still around. I have no idea. Although from what I can tell, the copy that I have is pretty much the full game. I mean, it's not a purchased version, and I think you had to buy this game, but I can't find anything about this on YouTube or anywhere else on the internet, really. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right spaces. Maybe I should not look in English. I don't know. I just wanted to show it off, really. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I lost my first game, but I won the next one, so, you know, there's that. You're not going to be seeing any pro gameplay here. I'm a novice. You have plenty of options. You can play on some really big maps, too. There is music, but it's only in the main menu. I'm not sure why that is. Also, in the footage you're watching, which is, you know, what I'm putting my voice over, there was this sound that just kept looping into the second game session, and yeah, it looped into the main menu, and I couldn't get it to stop without, well, exiting the game. So you might be wondering, well, what's the goal of Pirate Isles? Well, that's pretty easy to explain. Get all of the gold, or at least as much of it as you can. So essentially, what you do is you explore an entire island, square by square, until you have the most amount of bags. You don't need all of the bags to win, but the pirate team with the most amount of bags at the end of the game are the winners. And there's all sorts of things that can get in the way. Like, for example, if you go near an elephant, it'll hold you until a fellow pirate comes by, or I think you can give it an apple and it won't, like hold you in place. Now, I should point out, the pirates can die, and so can the animals. Lots of things happen in this that are, quite terrifying. That is so bloody for this mostly PG game. Yeah, the game also has violence in it. You can shoot people or they fling all the way back to their ship. They don't actually die. But you can shoot cannonballs at, like, animals, and they just fucking explode. Like, genuinely, they fucking turn into meat chunks. It's really graphic. You can step into a poppy field and pass out. I guess is them getting high on opiates? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just sleeping. Maybe there's like a plant that does that. I'm not sure. Stepping on one of those strange tornadoes lets you skip a space, I believe. There's also alligators in some of the swamps, and they just straight up eat one of your pirates. I don't know if you can lose all of your pirates. I don't actually know how many pirates you have. I think it's 3. And for the record, you can send out more than one pirate. I just don't usually choose to. No clue why. I'm not exactly a professional at this game. In fact, I've only played it a handful of times in my spare time. But I just figured more people would be interested in this sort of thing. I don't know if anyone knows about this. I think the graphics are interesting. I like pre-rendered stuff like this. I wish I could make it, although, admittedly, probably not in this particular style. The anatomy of the pirates is, yeah. You know, not many people ever really ask me this, or really care for me to explain why, but my favorite game to play is actually chess. A long time ago, I was in a place and in a situation where I couldn't really do anything except play chess. And I actually quite enjoyed it. I learned a lot about it. Made a couple of good friends, too, doing that. Chess is a really interesting game to me. You know, I don't know everything about it. It has a really long and somewhat esoteric history, at least I think so. I'm sure there's books on the topic. But Pirate Isles really reminded me of chess, but with a bit more flavor added to it. I'd say if you can find it, definitely play it. It's pretty interesting. Doesn't take that long to get into or understand. There are some other things to it. I think if you pick up one of those sticks, you can get yourself out of the swamps and things quicker. For a lot of people, this kind of game probably wouldn't be very remarkable. At least they would not seem too interested into it, because it's not like a thought-provoking, I don't know, work of art, exactly. But it's simple, and it's fun, and, you know, there's a lot of really great games like this that people have fond memories of, and I think it's better to share those memories with people. While I myself didn't have this growing up, it certainly reminds me of things, like Pigpen. I can't get Pigpen to run, and that's really upsetting to me. Genuinely upsetting. If I could, I would love to do a video on Pigpen someday. I could probably do a video on wizards and pigs while I'm at it. Some people may mistake this for a browser game. It's not. You do have to, like, install it. But I'd say this is the kind of game I'd like to see more of. Just something simple, you don't have to worry about too much, but there are rules you have to follow. The story is very emergent, too. You are basically making the story, with a very simple premise. There's an island, and there are pirates going to it to find gold. Although that does lead some questioning, though. How did the gold get here? I mean, it's in a bag. Clearly somebody put it there, or dropped it? Maybe that's the secret lore to this game. You notice how all of them have different colors? You have the blue, the red, the yellow, and the purple factions? Maybe at one point in time, they were actually all on one big ship, but somebody lost the money they had from one adventure, so they just kind of all blamed each other, and then they started their own little pirate companies. And now they're going back to that one big island where they left everything. And whoever can get the most is the winner. See? That's a plot, but it's just a contrivance. There's no real reason to do this. I wish I had more time to write like an actual script and not just kind of slap this thing together. But I really just wanted to put evidence of this thing's existence out onto the internet. Again, I'm probably wrong, and there's probably like a whole subsection of YouTube channels dedicated to just this game, and it probably even gets hosted at gaming tournaments. But I mean, I've never seen it, it's new to me, I thought it was interesting, and honestly, maybe somebody else will too. You know, on second thought, maybe I should share this. I mean, I don't know how to host games like this. I don't know if it's abandonware or not. I have no idea. If anyone happens to stumble on this video and has any information, which, by God, that is literally the slimmest chance of anything ever happening. But if you do have any information on this game, please, by all means, leave it in the comments section. I know the game was made by a company, Yavsoft. which I did a little bit of research into, and yeah, they're from Russia. I think, if that's the same Yavsoft, I'm not sure. I'm scared to click the help or register now buttons because I don't want to open web pages that I'm not familiar with without having my virus protection on. That was Pirate Isles, a really interesting little game that a friend of mine shared with me. I don't know what he'll make of this if I actually do this video. And I played on the easiest difficulty because I'm a scrub and I'm really sucky at video games. Most of them. There's some I'm okay at. Well, that's about all I could think to say. I don't really do numbered reviews. I'm not quite fond of those, so I'm just gonna leave off on these final words. Pirate Isles is a good game. It's a solid game. But it is just kind of a game. It's not much of an experience. I'm not gripped by it in the way I am most of the video games that I do actually play, but it's certainly noteworthy. I do feel a little bit bad playing an unregistered version of this game, considering this does seem like something that they put some effort into. Like, clearly the animations took some time to do, and there's certainly a style going on. I mean, yeah, this is definitely a budget bin game, there's no doubt about it. And I don't mean to stereotype games just based on, like, their looks or anything like that. But in fairness, the person who showed me this game did exclaim that he found it when he was really little in a bootleg CD compilation of free games. You know, given the time that I'm actually recording this and putting this together, I honestly think something a bit more simple is probably for the better to have. Maybe just something like this can get our minds off of things and remember what the little things in life are worth. If you're someone who gets bored a lot of the time and you're always looking for new things to stimulate yourself with, why not give this game a chance? If there are any Pirate Isle connoisseurs out there, by any chance, if you happen to catch a glimpse of this video, please let me know more about this game. And if there isn't anything more, I think I'll sleep okay at night. Or will I? I kind of wish my dreams were like this game. Stay tuned for more videos if I have the resources, time, and a place to live to make them. Bye-bye. It's time to roll the credits!